Okay, let's get started. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of August, 2023. If you saw the video I released this morning, it was focused on working on getting the elongation out of my stars. I think I'm about 90% of the way there, but I agree with the comment that Simon Thompson left on Astro Vagabond and Friends Facebook group, which you could join, that I may have a back focus issue. So tonight I'm going to work on that, do a little bit more work, and see if I add some a millimeter of spacers, what does that do to my star? Can I focus it a little bit better? But I think I have the round shape now that I was looking for, and that was really accomplished, I believe, through proper collimation. It's just something I'm going to have to learn to do. A little finer movement on the screws, not as coarse turning of the screws and those type of things, but that'll be in another video. Today, I'm going to use this light panel that I built using a tracing panel and then some neutral density gel sheets and a piece of Plexiglass. And I'm using N.I.N.A to the flat wizard routine in N.I.N.A, and so let's get started and see if I can get some successful flats. Okay, so here we are. I've got the camera connected. Really, for this I need the camera. The filter wheel is connected, and I need the telescope, of course, connected. So over here we have the option for the flat wizard, and I'm not going to take that many. Again, I don't have any really good data. I have only taken 5 HA, 5 S2, and 5 O3 of the Bubble Nebula last night. You know, in this Bortle 8-9 with a almost full moon. I'm not expecting much from it, but I thought I'd run some flats and maybe build a little image and see what I get. So I think for this, I'm just going to take 10. I think that'll be enough for my purposes. Flats to take, and then of course, I don't need dark flats. With this camera, no amp glow, I'm using the ASI 533 MM Pro. I should be good. We'll gonna slew to the zenith, but I'm going to use dynamic exposure here, which is this option. You get a couple of options there. And the reason I'm using dynamic exposure is because this light panel has a fixed intensity. I'm basically going to set it to its lowest setting. It's not one of those panels that you can have the computer or the software manage the illumination on the panel. And then I'm also going to do multi-mode, because the ones I want to do for is I might as well I don't really need the loom. So I really just need HA, S2, and O3. So, okay, and then up here you get an option of which side you want the scope on, east or west. I think I'm going to go west. So let's see if I'm connected. Let's see if we can slew. Okay, we're slewing. So now, one thing I carry with me is a little brick, and that brick is going to be how I power the panel. But I can also plug this into my jackery that I use to manage and power the mount and everything at night. So, okay, we've slewed to the zenith. Of course, we're going to take the lens cap off. And this darker side here is the side I want to put down. Okay, so I have it centered, and I'm actually going to wind up taking it off probably to turn it on. We're going to plug in the battery, set the battery here on the mount, and let's turn it on. Okay, I think I have it on the lowest setting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top just to block any light that, you know, from coming from the outside down in. So all right, so again, let's just kind of review. I'm not using a specific target name here. I want to take 10 flats per filter. I'm in dynamic exposure again because the light panel is a fixed illumination. It doesn't have the ability to be variable and controlled. Otherwise, I would use a dynamic brightness feature if I had a type of panel that could be controlled through this app here. And at one time I had I did have a light panel that I used with my Zenastar Z61. I think it was a Pegasus Astro one. All right, and then again I have HA, S2, and O3, and let's see what happens. And what we're going to be looking at down here is what our calculated target histogram mean is for ADU value. I think we want something around 2,600, correction, 26,000. But let's see what we get here. Okay, for this purpose, right now it's showing me okay, let's see what's going on here. I don't have the calculated time. Right now it's saying that starting exposure time calculation at 52.48 seconds with a mean ADU of 29,327. So I'm going to take that. And what I've done is I've reduced the number of flats to take for this demonstration because, you know, 10 at 52 seconds, that'll be a long time. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, so we're doing exposure 101. So again, this is to be expected. I've got a very low brightness. I can probably tweak the brightness a bit. But I'm going to let it run at this 52 seconds, and I'll just maybe edit out some of the weight. Okay, so, all right, so what do we got here? We've got your flats are too dim. Brighten the light, adjust the tolerance. Okay, so I am going to brighten the light. All right, so I brighten the light. Still says I'm too dim. Okay, so let's see what happens here. What I did was I set for a longer than 30-second exposure. And that means I probably could have went with a dimmer light for the HA filter as well, but you know, it's been a while since I've taken flats with my EdgeHD 8, and that's because I haven't been using it because I've been chasing my elongated stars. And then there was some weather things, and I didn't go out and image for 3 months and those type of things. But let's see where we wind up here. Okay, so the ADU target mean is 33,671. I'm going to take that. And so it's a 30-second, 30.91. All right, now we're moving to the 03. Now this one says it may be in the range of 8 seconds, so let's see what actually happens. Okay, I guess it took it. I didn't see that last image, but I'll go ahead. Well, let's run that one again. So let's turn that's off. Let's turn 03 on again. I wasn't paying attention. Let's shoot that one more time. Okay, 34,374 for the ADU. Again, I'm going to accept that. I might tweak that in the future, but using these settings, my flats so far have looked good. Again, I haven't shot a lot with this flat panel configuration, but the flats that I have shot do look good. So let's just kind of wrap this up. Okay, so I just thought I would share with you how I take my flats using the Flat Wizard in N.I.N.A, Nighttime Imaging and Astronomy software. And again, this is a flat panel that I built. I'll put links, I'll put this information in the video description. But basically it's a B4 artist tracing lightbox copy table. Cost me $22, and then I have some Acrylite Satinice white 1/8 thick 10-inch wide by 14 long that I got from Tap Plastic, and I think it was about $20-something. And then I purchased a set of neutral density gels, and that they came 16 by 20. I cut them down to fit the light panel and sandwiched the gel in between the light panel and the Satinice white plexiglass, and seems to be working out okay for me. All right, if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I'm feeling very excited. Notwithstanding some work I'm going to do tonight to change my back focus a little bit to see if that sharpens the focus on the stars and I get good autofocus runs. I'm really in a good place. I've got round stars now. I'm not seeing the elongation that I have seen in the past, and so I'm really close. So I'm very excited about going out in the new moon with my Celestron EdgeHD 8. And really, I created this situation. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come clean when I first got the EdgeHD 8. I shot with it without touching collimation or anything, and then I thought, oh boy, I need to learn how to collimate. So I actually took it out of collimation, and then I guess I didn't ever properly put it back to the correct collimation until last night, essentially. So I created my own problem because I have some early images that I took with this sculpt without touching anything as far as collimation, and I had round stars. So I created my own problem. I paid a price, but I think I've got it back where I need to have it to get some quality images. All right, wherever you may be in the world, I hope you're faced with nothing but clear skies. Other than that, see you next time.